Here we are, guys. Woohoo! 2011. You guys ready? Yeah. How many people are not ready? How many people are ready? How many people wouldn't answer any question I asked them ever, no matter what? How many of those? There we go. What's wrong with feeling? What's wrong with feeling? Ladies and gentlemen, it's about looking towards the future. It's about looking towards the future. In the future, we're going to be in outer space. We're going to be in outer space. That's why we have people that come and talk to us. That's why we have people that come and talk to us here. His 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, monologue. 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, monologue. To talk about deep space, to talk about ice and deep space. The space science report, the last one of the year. And ladies and gentlemen, being an astrologer, our resident astrologer, New Year is a big deal for Pete Goldie.
Hi, Chicken.
Hi, Pete. Hey, Pete?
Yes, Chicken.
It's 5 minutes, the 5-minute mission. I just wanted to get that straight. It's a 5-minute mission.
Okay. Are you ready?
Because last week it was like a 25 fucking minute mission and it was sexy.
There was a standing encore.
That's a fucking lie. There was no standing encore.
There will be a standing encore tonight.
Really?
Yeah, you wait. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. And notice I actually now framed this so that it can measure how badly the projector is aligned up with the screen. The colors are wrong. Anyway, that's the Orion Nebula. It's a picture of that. It's you can walk outside and see that right now, even in city lights.
Whoa.
You can see that. But you're not the Hubble telescope with Photoshop, so that's why it doesn't look like that. Warning, 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 the lunar eclipse. We have things circling the moon that can actually take a picture of the lunar eclipse while it's happening. Now, as you know, a solar eclipse is when the moon blocks the sunlight on the Earth. And a lunar eclipse is when the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. However, if you were on the moon and the Earth is casting a shadow on the moon, what is it called? No, it's a lunar eclipse. I just described to you a second ago. It's exactly that. It doesn't matter whether you're on the Earth or the moon, it's still called a lunar eclipse. And everyone keeps coming up to me and saying, oh, that's incredibly rare. Well, you know, since the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, which we all worship relentlessly here, do you know that there have been 12,064 lunar eclipses since then, until now? And everyone keeps telling me about how rare they are. They're actually, on average, once every 105 days they happen. So it is possible to have 2 lunar eclipses 28 1/3 days apart. Just thought you'd like to know that. While we're talking about the moon, let me show you the next picture. Look at this spacecraft that is now sitting on the moon. In fact, this has been sitting on the moon for 37 years. This incredible device is the Lunokhod 2 lunar rover, launched by the former Soviet Union, operated there in January 1973. Until they had a little accident when it fell into a small crater. And it still worked when it fell in a small crater.
Can I add something?
Yes, go ahead.
I would just like to say alleged lunar landing. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, I will now prove this beyond a shadow of doubt that this is actually landed on the moon because they found it. They finally found it. They don't know exactly where it is.
That's an arrow.
Where's the arrow?
The arrows are all over there. You see the white arrows?
Oh, there's white arrows.
Yeah, up here on the ceiling is where the lander landed, and then it crawled out the lander and started following the trail, which the high-resolution projection system is showing here. And the white arrows, of course, are the trail.
So how did the white arrows get on the moon?
Those white arrows were carried in a separate spaceship, and there was actually one for every arrow. They're very large. They can be seen by the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. They each landed after that, placed those down. Then they sent an extra large ship with a black arrow, and that's pointing to a very small crater. And with the help of those arrows, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter has recently located Lunokhod 2. The Lunokhod 2 rover was sold in a Sotheby's auction for $68,000 to a rich .comer.
Nice.
And he can go up there and get it anytime he wants. $68,500. It was sold in 1993 at Sotheby's. Sitting there waiting for him to pick it up anytime.
So if he doesn't get it by a certain time, do you?
Oh no, he's got free and clear title on it.
Well, what if somebody buys the moon and then they're going to say, hey, you know, you've had your fucking car parked in my moon. Right, you gotta, you know.
Yeah, they'll give you a 30-day notice to cease and get your rover off our moon. And the fantastic Cassini orbiter, which is orbiting around Saturn, has recently found an enormous storm is in there in the gap of the projector screen up there, and on the ceiling is this enormous, huge storm on Saturn.
Wow, what's that?
Oh, I wanted you to know. There's an asteroid that's called Sheila. And this asteroid was discovered. Sheila, yeah. It was discovered 21st February 1906 by Olaf Comst in Heidelberg. He found it. He named it after an English girl acquaintance of him. And it was an asteroid. Well, guess what? This asteroid was then lost for, well, 104 years.
How do you lose an asteroid?
There's a lot of little dots of light up in the sky. And, you know, sometimes they mistake that one for that one and that one and that one and that one. But they found it because they thought they found a new comet. And they went back and went, hey, that's our old asteroid who's now turned into a comet. So, an asteroid, which was not a comet, now is a comet. Thought you'd like that.
Fascinating.
Oh, yeah. What happens after midnight? Is it the future?
The future?
Yes. We're going to have a celebrity come up here and deliver to Chicken a brand new jar of Chicken John Rinaldi things. And here's the, who's the celebrity guest who's sitting here? Is it going to be a paid representative of Burning Man? Yes. Walk up here and I hand you this jar. You then walk over to Chicken John and hand him that jar. Everyone give her a hand. Thank you. A paid member of the Burning Man cartel. There you go. Thank you, celebrity guest. In the future, people are going to make predictions. And these are predictions that will be made in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an entire jar of predictions that will be made in the future. And the first prediction that will be made in the future is the smoke pot guys will become an internet sensation, but they will, like, totally miss it because they were completely baked. In the future, Pete Goldie will run out of Rinaldi tomato sauce. Okay.
Yeah.
In the future, Burning Man will become a non-profit and ticket prices will double. Attendance will briefly decline and then sharply increase when Burning Man is relocated to Orange County,
Where it belongs.
Dr. Hal will go back on an idyllic vacation to a tropical country, take off his pants, and never look back.
You know he won't look back.
In 2011, David Capurro will stop worrying about his highly paid IT job and will return to showing really, really awful porn at the Ask Dr. Hal show. Record audiences applaud. What?
I guess he doesn't want that job anymore.
What? No, we're not. No, we're not. No. No. What? No. What's,
Wait. What was that, David?
What? No.
No.
Whoa.
David.
No.
David,
This is so wrong.
does that thing even have a name? What do you call it?
Sexy. In the future,
Next year, this prediction may happen.
Chicken John will throw a fundraiser to pay off expenses from an earlier fundraiser.
That's a given.
Immediately after resignation of John Hell, Radio Valencia will become San Francisco's most popular pirate radio station.
Yay.
South of Army Street.
Yes.
Coffee grounds will become more expensive than gasoline.
Boy, wouldn't that be ironic?
And why would you want a car that runs on coffee grinds if coffee grinds are more than gasoline? Okay, the U.S. Constitution is amended so Schwarzenegger can run for president. He runs, but loses to the Brazilian astronaut.
We're not going to do that gag. The Brazilian astronaut didn't show up.
K-Rob will be invited to the White House to make clicking noises for President Palin. Yeah. You heard it here first. Okay, so, and then there's this one, which is abortion jokes will be made illegal.
Finally.
You blew his laugh. You talked over his laugh. See, I would say the abortion joke and the guy laughs. Timing. K-Rob didn't say, what? What's it? Abortion. And now you can talk all you want.
You think he's going to be laughing next year? Yeah, it's porn. That's alright. NASA porn. And zipping right along here while people can finish all the
Finish. Yes, finishing this segment.
Finishing
great
finish.
idea. Yes.
I would like to point out that this month, December 2010, the newest space telescope was completed. And it is already operational. Now, the newest space telescope is not in space, but I'm going to show you a picture of it. David, there it is. The newest space telescope. And no, it's not that building, it's not that weird thing. It's this actual pile of snow. The hole goes down 2.5 kilometers, and they actually have 86 of these holes in South America, on the South Pole, where they have dropped over 4,000 photomultiplier detectors 2.5 kilometers deep in the ice. Next image,
Hold on, wait a second. You mean that there's 197 holes with...
There's the numbers right there. Read along. 86 holes, 60 sensors each, 5,160 optical sensors. They're photomultiplier tubes. And this is a space telescope on the South Pole, underneath the ice.
You would think that 5,160 optical sensors could be more, you know, it's just not...
It's deep in the ice. So deep, it's absolutely black down there.
It's just not funny, though.
No, it's a real thing. They finished building it. They put down the last sensors there. And of the sensors they put down, they are now actually totally sealed in ice. And 98% of all those sensors work, and 1% of them are still give useful data, 1% of them don't. Which is a good thing, because there's no chance they're ever going to get down and fix any of those photomultiplier tubes. Let me show you how complicated it is. It's basketball-sized photomultiplier, and a photomultiplier can actually detect a single photon of light. It's one photon of light.
So there's a basketball that can detect one photon of light.
Yeah, 5,000.
How much does that cost?
They started building this in 2004. And they finished in December, so it cost them about 6 years of NASA money. How much is that?
It's a lot of money.
And it's on the South Pole. The interesting thing is they had to design and build every circuit for this. They could not go out and buy commercial circuits. Not that there aren't commercial circuits that do it. The commercial circuits have to be able to pick up the signal within 5 nanoseconds of the photon going on. It samples it 300 times a second. They couldn't use off-the-shelf hardware because it would take 7 watts of power. They built this thing so it works between 3 and 5 watts of power. Why? Because it's on the South Pole. The amount of fuel they need to run the generators to power this thing for a year using 3 to 5 watts per photomultiplier tube is 20 cargo loads of full fuel flown from the tip of Chile into the South Pole. So they couldn't use that. They had to design low-power, high-speed electronics that would work forever buried in ice. Neutrino intersects an oxygen atom inside the ice, releases a muon. The muon then, because it is moving faster than the speed of light in a vacuum, but it's going through ice, it will cause Cherenkov radiation to radiate out. That's the flash of light. They detect where it's coming from, and they will be able to have the most highest resolution, fastest, best neutrino telescope man has built 2.5 kilometers underneath the polar ice. I thought you'd like that. I think I got one more picture.
Oh my God.
Oh no, remember Jimmy?
Jimmy the doorman? Remember Jimmy the doorman? He used to be tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Haiti and, well, he died of cholera. So that's too bad. It's the new year, and my daughter gets a new bedroom. We decided to move her into the closet. There you go. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, if Pete Goldie could come here once a week and talk about outer space, you don't encourage him.
This is the standing ovation I've been waiting for.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, New Year's Eve, it's like the new year, right? We're gonna start, like, this is where we reset our clocks or whatever. You know, and for a long, long time, my year started and began with Burning Man. You know, I used to go to Burning Man, and that was like how I measured my year. It was like, whatever. But you know, I've decided that I'm going to relive my youth, and I'm going to start making my new year in August again. But not for Burning Man. I've decided I'm going to commit to going to a festival of sorts from now on, and it's something I'm very passionate about. In the first week of August every year, in a convention center in Springfield, Indiana, or Indianapolis, Indiana, they have what they call the Gen Con, the Geneva Convention, and it's a Dungeons and Dragons convention, and I've always wanted to go since I was 10 years old. And I never went, and I'm committing this year, I'm committing to go for the next 10 years and start my new year. You know, life is too short to not spend all your time and extra money on small lead figurines that you paint. And stuff. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. That's gonna be like my new holiday. And you guys are all welcome to come with me. We can get in the bus and go to the Gen Con and play D&D for a week. Come on, it'll be awesome. You know what's really fucked up about that? Is that I can drive my bus to take a week to get there, play D&D for a week, and then take a week to drive back. Stop in Montana. Visit Jimmy's inbred parents. Bring bread. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is I have a resolution. Is there anybody who's making a New Year's resolution? Not one person is like doing the whole resolution thing. Not one thing. No one needs to lose 5 pounds or get a job. Look at the smoke pot. Look at it. He's like right there. He's got a bomb. Get a job. You didn't even hear me. He's like staring above my head. So, David Kapura, I want you to go to the internet. I want you to go to YouTube and search for me. I want you to search flamenco triplet.
Okay. It has 3 movements. The movement. So don't do this. In the second movement and in the third movement.
Can you feel the force that woman's hand is striking against the strings? She's so strong.
Continuously, it sounds like this.
Okay, now watch this. She's showing you how to do it. 1, 2.